This week we are asking Peter, how did you experience the great controversy? And without a doubt he will tell us that it has been a real struggle. However, he's giving us also his own perspective in addition to what Paul reflected as we studied last week. So, let's dive into some points made by Peter.
We are taking a special angle this week. After the initial excitement is past, the church has been growing, the good news has been rejoiced, but then the struggles of the daily life hit back and some changed their mind, switched sides in the conflict, and then we have peer pressure, mockeries, doubts, and so forth. And then Peter is bringing a warning. Be sober, be vigilant. Your adversary, the devil, is walking about like a roaring lion looking whom he may devour. It's serious, but then he tries to remind them who they are and what they have been called to. But you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, his special people. Why? So you can proclaim the praises of him who brought you out of the darkness into his marvelous light.
It is an experience from darkness to light when we encounter God and we accept his revelation. Somehow from birth we are blinded, our eyes are blind. We don't see what's really happening concerning the great conflict. But what it takes is just a look at Jesus and we can change. So looking at him, at Jesus, and accepting his light, it puts us right in the midst of the battle as one of his own holy nation and one of his own chosen people.
And the lesson raises a red flag here, though. Don't lose consciousness of your sinfulness. This is how we understand that we are in the light and out of the darkness, if we are aware of our dependence on Christ. This is very important and a healthy state that is going to help us when facing the challenges and struggles that the lesson discusses next. First, peer pressure.
We know Peter, and we know not one, not two, but more occasions in which he was pressured by the people's opinion. And people's opinion speaks out the words and the will of the ruler of this world. So, building up my strong independence in faithfulness to God is a huge factor in the conflict participation according to Peter.
Are you feeling pressure at school, work, home, even church? From all sides about what to do, what not to do, what is cool, what is going to take you to hell. Even on things like how to worship, how to be in church and so forth. If you feel this pressure, well, so did the people in the early church. It is important how we stand up to the pressure from outside, but the Gentiles also encounter pressure from inside. As many of us, we also do. We also have different ideas and vision on how to live our faith. So, what can we do? What Peter is preaching here is love. Have fervent love for each other. Be hospitable to one another without grumbling. This also is part of the great controversy.
How about prophecy? What is the importance of the prophecies in the great controversy? And everything that Paul sees in the prophecies is the sure confirmation that we get after the events unfold. Very much needed commodity in a battle, assurance. And as the lesson points out, Peter himself missed on a couple of times when Jesus foretold some important events.
Peter missed a lot in the prophecy. It didn't click with him for quite some time, but here is the power in his message. We are not preaching to you a tricky theology, but what we have witnessed with our eyes, with our lives. And his appeal is, make this experience your own.
It really hits home when Peter starts talking about scoffers that will promote that Jesus would not come back again. They would sound logical, probably scientific, by pointing at the nature that just keeps on going as it always has been. Aren't we surrounded by a civilization just like that? But we have seen him ascend into heaven. We have heard the Father blessing him on the mount, Peter said. Believe our testimony. Don't get easily pressured by theories and interpretations.
This mockery about where is his return is a direct challenge to God and His promise, all the same way as it was when the rebellion entered into our world. We are promised that Jesus will come again soon. It hasn't happened yet. I am glad that it didn't happen before I had the chance to make my decision in this conflict. Now, I want Him to come right away and to put an end of this and the beginning of the new world. I am tired. But I understand that it's about saving people. It's about giving the chance. The controversy has to develop to the end.
So do we look forward for the day of the Lord, or we are already feeling comfortable here?
It's important how we live our days while expecting the return.